Morning, afternoon, evening. My name's Joel Frame. I am the Imperfect Dad, and this is Georgia, and she's the perfect little baby.
He's a dad and he's super rad. Sometimes he's good and sometimes he's bad. He's the imperfect dad.
Say hi. Say hi. So, I was supposed to do this while Georgia was down for a nap, but she woke up a little earlier, so I thought, hey, I'll bring her on. And I was getting her dressed, and I said, what shirt do you want to wear? And she said, I want to wear my I Love Daddy shirt. And I said, you can't do that, because they're going to think I'm puffing up and I'm, trying to make myself feel good or something. And she was like, hey, Daddy, haters gonna hate. And I said, you know what? Never a truer word spoken, Georgia Lou. So here's to you. She just ate. She should be happy, but, she's 6 months old. So 30 seconds from now, she could be an absolute mess. All right? So, anyways, it feels so good to be back with everybody. I missed being off that week, but my family was here, my mom, my dad, and my aunt, and we just had an absolute blast. It's always such a good time when grandparents get to come in and spend a bunch of time. They were here for like 11 days. And we've got a really good relationship with both of our parents, which is super special and makes it a really good time when we're all together. And so anyways, but I wanted to talk real quick about my mom. My mom has this ability to she's like a responsibility ninja. She just knows what needs to be done and does it, and I don't ever see her do it though. So I'll get done feeding Georgia a bottle, and I set it on the table, and I get up, change her, I'm going to come back and rinse the bottle out. I go, it's already washed, dried, and ready to be reassembled for the next feeding. And my mom is just sitting there in the rocking chair, the glider that we have, just reading a magazine and going, you need me to do anything? And I'm like, no, everything's done because you're a ninja. And when I'm getting the girls, at night when they're brushing their teeth and all that stuff, I'll look in before we go to brush our teeth into their bedroom, and it's a wreck, and the sheets are out of place and pillows and all that stuff, stuffed animals. I'm like, I got to do that. So I get the girls' teeth brushed. I go in. The room's spotless. Beds are made. Everything's ready for bedtime. And I look in the family room, and my mom is just sitting in the glider reading a magazine. And she's like, hey, okay. And that was Eddie. And we're doing this all straight up kid style today. Kid style podcast, okay? But anyways, Mom, hats off to you. Dad, incredibly helpful too. Does all kinds of fun stuff around the house that needs done that I don't get time to do. And my Aunt Myra is just an absolute gem. She helps. Hey, thanks for bringing your electric toothbrush in for the podcast.
Yeah.
You're brushing your teeth?
Yeah.
That's good.
It's time to go to bed.
Oh, okay. Anyways, at least she's excited about brushing her teeth. Sorry about that incredibly annoying buzzing sound, probably. Anyways, but yeah, so hats off to my parents, my Aunt Myra. They're so helpful. Love them so much when they get to come in. Tracy's parents are the same way. They're constantly wanting to do things. It's just grandparents are the best. And we actually are going to see them this Saturday. We are driving down to where they are in Florida and going to spend the week down there in Thanksgiving. So I'm not going to do a podcast next week, but I am going to do a vlog for next week. But anyways, if you don't follow me yet, follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Dad Imperfect. Guys, on Facebook, we've already hit over 500 followers, and I am so excited and so appreciative. Thank you guys so much. You've all been so supportive and encouraging. Keep sharing those pictures that I put up. They're getting a lot of shares, and I'm really appreciative of that. And but yeah, and if you haven't done so already, on the iTunes store, review and rate the podcast. That really helps to get it kind of higher up in the search engine there. And anyways, yeah, and subscribe on YouTube, all that fun stuff. But I wanted to talk really quick. Hey, bud. Oh, thanks.
Can I do that?
Okay, thanks, Ed.
I'll close the door.
Oh, okay, thanks.
I mean, open the door.
Okay, thanks. Anyways,
I'll wake up for 5 minutes.
okay, buddy. I got a little bit of disturbing news. There's someone who we know whose daughter was she's in kindergarten, and on the school bus she was taken advantage of by some older boys who held her down, pulled her pants down, and proceeded to do some inappropriate things to her. The school didn't do anything about it the first time, and they kept the kids on the bus, and it happened a second time. And I am absolutely appalled, number one, at the school's response and inability to handle the situation appropriately. Those kids should have been off the bus, out of school. They should be in some type of alternative school, some type of counseling. That's not normal behavior. And unfortunately, we're seeing more crazy stuff like this, and it scares me. And I don't want to live in fear. I think I do a pretty good job not living in fear. But it's hard not to be fearful when you hear certain things like this, and you just think, golly, man, the evil out there is real. And like I said before on one of those pictures I put up, I think last week, evil is no pacifist. Therefore, I will teach my girls to fight for themselves and for others. And this story just, man, it just absolutely is tearing me apart. It's absolutely just destroying me. And I don't know what to do other than just be there for that family. But to also be mindful of my girls and the way they view themselves, and that they are no object. They are not to be taken advantage of. And they are not to be disrespected. And if they experience these things, and if someone tries to touch them in an inappropriate way or hurt them, they're going to know how to fight. No matter how small they are going to know how to hold their own. They're going to know how to fight. And I teach my children, just like my dad taught me, you don't go looking for fights, you don't go picking fights. But if you are in a situation where you cannot get out of it any other way, you need to fight like your life is depending on it, because it might be. We have no idea the evils that are going to happen. We constantly are hearing stuff in the news, and we have to be mindful, and we have to be vigilant about that, and we have to be teaching our kids some type of protection for themselves. I can remember when I was in third grade, there was this kid. I remember his full name, but I'm not going to use it. We'll call him Joey B. Okay, in case he, I don't want to put him on blast for being a bully, but because I know now that the stuff he was doing, he just wanted to be friends, and kids have a hard way of communicating that sometimes. And so anyways, Joey B used to leave threatening notes in my book satchel that used to hang on the back of my chair. And hey, you okay? And he used to threaten me, he used to get real physical with me and push me and get in my face and all this stuff. And I started to get kind of scared, so I was at home, and I was telling my mom and my dad about it. And I remember my dad crouching down in front of me, in front of where our telephone used to sit at the bottom of the stairs. And he looked me in the eyes and he said, "You don't go picking fights. You don't go starting fights. But if somebody is trying to hurt you, you punch them out." And I remember going, punch them out? Out of where? And I didn't get that. But anyways, that has always stuck with me. And unfortunately, I wasn't very wise with that. I didn't heed that during my middle school and high school years, and even college years. I started some fights, and I was a jerk a lot of times. And to those people, I'm sorry. And but anyways, it has since informed me, and it kind of informs the way I view things with our girls. And the next day, Joey B did the same thing, and at recess, he started getting me into a corner, literally where the baseball field was, the fence. And I kept telling him, "You don't want to do this, you don't want to do this." And he kept doing it. He grabbed onto my neck. And when he did, I punched him in the stomach. And he dropped down crying, and I started crying because I felt bad, and I ran up to the teacher and I told on myself. I said, my dad told me that not to go pick in fights, but if somebody tried to fight me, that I needed to protect myself. And she was like, okay, calm down, calm down. And I got to choose Joey B's punishment for bullying me. Hey, thanks, buddy.
Hey.
Sorry, this is probably super loud in the mic. Eddie came back in for some kisses. And anyways, the teachers let me pick his punishment. And I can remember sitting in front of him at the desks, and I couldn't look him in the eyes when I delivered the sentencing. Oh, thanks. And so anyways, she let me pick the punishment, and I couldn't look him in the eyes. And I said, no recess for a week. And he just, I mean, you would have thought I gave him the death sentence. He was like, oh God, no. And like slammed his face down on the desk, and I couldn't look away. I was like biting my bottom lip, just like couldn't handle it, dude. Anyways, I say that to say, again, teach your kids how to protect themselves. Teach them how to fight for themselves, for other people. Because, bless you, unfortunately, we have no idea what the future holds and what type of situations our kids are going to be in. But I do know this. My girls are going to know how to fight for themselves and for other people. And some people might have a problem with that, but that's their problem. But anyways, let's pick it up a little bit. Kind of, I was at the dentist the other day, and I love my dentist, love the staff that works there, but there was the woman who was getting my teeth ready. I had to get a crown put on, and she said, she was asking me about my family. I told her I had 3 daughters, and she was like, how'd you get that lucky to have 3 daughters? And I thought she was being serious, and I took the bait. Sorry, I got away from the mic. If you didn't hear that, I said I thought she was serious, and I took the bait. And anyways, she wasn't serious, and I was like, I'm super lucky, love having daughters. And she was like, I feel bad for you. And I was like, okay, just kind of took that one on the chin. And I was like, yeah, I love it. They're so sweet. And there's just something about the father-daughter relationship that I love. And she was like, just wait. You're going to change your story when they're teenagers. And I just stopped. I just stopped talking because I just didn't want to engage anymore. But I wanted to say, and I should have said, no, I'm not going to change my story. I understand that the future is going to hold some tough times, and my girls are going to hit teenage years, and hormones are going to be raging, and things are going to be a little bit different. But what's not going to be different is the how thankful I am for my 3 daughters, how much I love them, how much I support them and encourage them. That's not going to change, and I'm always going to love that, and that's always going to be the best aspect of being a dad. So no, I'm not going to change my story when my girls are teenagers. And stop saying that to me. That has been said so many times by people, and it drives me crazy. I'm very thankful to have 3 daughters. If I had a son, I'd be super thankful for him, just the same. But I've got 3 daughters, and that's what I love, right? Yeah. Anyways, but yeah, so we are driving down to Florida this coming. We actually leave tomorrow, Friday. We'll drive halfway, about South Georgia, and then we will drive the rest of the way Saturday through Florida. And my in-laws are going with us. We're going to have both our parents together, which is super exciting. We'll have a bunch of fun. And they've got a pool there, so we'll be doing all kinds of swimming. Nellie's loving swimming. Eddie actually is swimming already as well. And so can't wait. Hopefully we'll get some days that we can go to the beach. That would be awesome. But yeah, I hope everybody has an incredible Thanksgiving. I hope like I said before, I hope your Halloween was good. Hope your November's going well. And I missed you guys last week. Tune in next week for the vlog. We are going to have vlog number 2, and it will probably be set in sunny, beautiful Florida. And yeah, can't wait for you guys to see what's going on and continue sharing those pictures and everything. Like I said, follow me if you're not already on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Dad Imperfect. Georgia, would you like to say anything before we leave? Would you like to maybe like giggle or something? No giggles? No giggles? Maybe a little? Oh,
And then
Oh,
when you're
oh.
done, you come pick me
Eddie,
up.
can you come say bye?
And then, bye.
Bye, say see ya.
See ya.
See you later, guys.
See you later. And then you come pick me up at school.
Okay, all right. Love you guys. The Imperfect Dad, signing out.